Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Saguaro High School in Scottsdale. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network gets play-by-play coverage in the 2013 Cleats Classic Invitational. We've got a pool game here on this Tuesday morning from Saguaro High School, and it features the Scottsdale Christian Eagles and the Victor Valley Jackrabbits. Chaz Dudley, the leadoff hitter for Scottsdale Christian, up there with a ball and a strike count, as he leads off for the Eagles. Scottsdale Christian 1-2 overall, 0-2 in pool play. Victor Valley 3-5 overall, and also 0-2 in pool play in the Cleats Classic Invitational. 2 balls and a strike now to Dudley. Sean Delatorre, the starting pitcher for Victor Valley, as he's into the wind of the 2-1. And that ball is sent over to right field, and that'll get through and into right field for the base hit. So Dudley with a single to start things off for Scottsdale Christian. And it'll bring up Zach Scott. So Dudley leads off in right field. Scott bats second and plays shortstop. Marcus Skundrich, the left fielder, hits third. Nathaniel Ellingson is the DH. He bats fourth. The number 5 hitter is the first baseman, Matt Benefield. Jerry Gallegos will hit sixth and play center field. Batting seventh, the pitcher Daniel Clark. Brad Benson is eighth at third base. Robert Reeser, second baseman, bats ninth. And the first one to Scott is over for a strike. Each team with 2 pool games today to finish up play in pool play, and then they'll begin elimination play tomorrow. As the runner goes, the pitch is high and outside. The throw to second base. That's close out there, but safe the call, and Dudley steals second base. Now they'll look back to second base, and Delatorre with a pitch, and that's up and in for a ball. And now Delatorre steps off. Scott out of the box, now back in, and we're ready to go. And a fastball misses outside. Check of the runner at second base, and the pitch from Delatorre. And that ball fouled out of play. Scottsdale Christian with a couple of 2-run losses yesterday, as they lost to Bradshaw Mountain 5-3, and then lost to Marcos Denizen 9-7. For Victor Valley, a couple of losses, close games as well. They lost to Saguaro 4-3 and lost to Bradshaw Mountain 10-6. And that pitch is low, and it's ball 4. So Scott with the walk. And that puts runners at first and second with nobody out for Marcus Skundrich. And the first pitch over for a strike. The defense for Victor Valley: Oscar Olivares in left field, Fernando Aguiar in center field, and Mike Nolan is in right field. The 0-1. And a ball hit on the ground, and that's through and into right field for a base hit. Nolan up with the throw as it comes plateward. And the runner is held at third base, and Scottsdale Christian has loaded the bases in the top of the first inning. Dudley at third, Scott at second, Skundrich at first. 2 hits and a walk to begin the ball game. And here's the DH Ellingson as he bats for the catcher Colton Quinto. And a ground ball right back up the middle, knocked down by Delatorre. He'll throw to the plate, and then the throw on to first base. And boy, that one nearly got away, but hauled in over there at first. So Dudley thrown out at the plate for the first out of the ball game. Scott to third, Skundrich to second, and Ellingson aboard at first on a fielder's choice. Base is still full. Now one out, and the batter is Matt Benefield. We gave you the outfield for Victor Valley. Their infield, Reggie Lawson, is at third base. Khalil Anderson is the shortstop. Tyler Moore plays second, and Jake Padilla is at first. Andy Pasquale catching for De La Torre. And that pickoff throw is going to get away at first base. Padilla had no chance to pick it up. Scott will score, Skundrich will score, and headed to third base is Ellingson. It'll be a two-base throwing error, and Scottsdale Christian has two in the top of the first. The Eagles load the bases, have a runner forced at the plate, and now get a little help from Victor Valley. And the first pitch hit sharp out to short. And the throw on to first base is in time, but a run comes in as Ellingson scores. And Scottsdale Christian has three in the top of the first. 6-3 ground out for Matt Benefield. Now two away for Jerry Gallegos. And the first pitch to Gallegos over for a strike. And the next one fouled off, and it's 0-2. The wind in the 0-2 pitch. That's bounced in there, and it's 1-2 strikes. Two outs, base is empty, just underway top of the first inning, but Scottsdale Christian has scored three times on Victor Valley. The 1-2, and that's outside. Now 2-2 strikes. Daniel Clark next for the Eagles. And the 2-2. And that hits Gallegos. Another first inning base runner for Scottsdale Christian as Gallegos is aboard at first. And the batter is the guy that benefits from all of this, the starting pitcher for Scottsdale Christian, Daniel Clark. And Clark knows now that he's going to make his first appearance on the mound with at least a 3-run lead, as Scottsdale Christian has scored 3 in the top of the first inning. And the first pitch, a fastball outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. And that's fouled back and out of play, and it's 1-1. Well, Scottsdale Christian came into the tournament having played just one regular season game, and that may be, that's got to be about the lowest in the state. I can't believe that anybody else has not played a game yet, as we are sitting on March 12th. As the next one misses, and it's 2-1. Scottsdale Christian played their first game of the season last week. And now playing a bunch in tournament play here in the Cleats Classic Invitational. They'll play another tournament a little bit later on in the year. So while some schools, Saguaro for example, a team that Scottsdale Christian will play a little bit later as the runner goes, and the throw to second base will get away. But not far enough for Gallegos to try to advance, as he is satisfied with the steal of second. But Saguaro, for example, they're playing in their second invitational tournament. And several others in this one are as well. I know Chaparral is one of them. Desert Ridge in one of the other pools. Notre Dame as well from that pool. So several already playing in their second tournament. A lot of them opened the season with an invitational tournament and now playing in their spring break tournament. As that pitch misses high and away, and it's ball 4. So Clark walks. Gallego still at second with 2 outs. 3 runs in for Scottsdale Christian in the top of the first, and the batter is Brad Benson. Benson with a check swing and a ball hit foul on the first base side. Three runs in for Scottsdale Christian in the top of the first inning. The 1-strike pitch. And that's up and in, and it's 1-1. Well, things have really slowed down here for De La Torre and the Victor Valley Jackrabbits, with runners on base throughout the inning. 3 runs already in, and so De La Torre trying to slow down Scottsdale Christian's momentum here a little bit. They'll look back to second base and the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball and it's high, and it's 2-1. And the next one swung on and missed. And it's 2-2. De La Torre with a look back to second base. And the 2-2. And that's over for a called third strike, and Benson knew it. And that does it for Scottsdale Christian in the first. They score 3 times after a half inning of play. It's the Eagles 3 and the Jackrabbits coming up. Mike Nolan leads off for Victor Valley in the first inning. Nolan, the right fielder. Khalil Anderson will bat second at shortstop. Reggie Lawson at third base hits third. Andy Pasquale, the catcher, is fourth. Jake Padilla at first base is fifth. Edward Rivera, the DH, bats sixth. There's the next one is low. Oscar Olivares, the left fielder, is seventh for Victor Valley. Fernando Aguiar is the center fielder and bats eighth. The number 9 hitter is the second baseman, Tyler Moore. 2 balls and a strike. They count on Nolan. And that pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Nolan is down on strikes. And that's how the bottom of the first starts for Victor Valley. Nolan, a strikeout victim, and the batter is Khalil Anderson. And the first one to Anderson outside for ball 1. Get to the defense for Scottsdale Christian. Skundrich in left, Gallegos in center, Dudley in right, Benson at third, Scott at shortstop, Reeser at second, Benefiel at first, and Quinto catching for Clark. Okay. 3-0 Scottsdale Christian with Victor Valley batting in the bottom of the first. And that pitch over for a called strike on Khalil Anderson. The next one is low, and it's 2-1. And the next one low, and it's 3-1. Back to the wind and the 3-1 pitch. And that's low, and it's ball 4. Well, your team comes out and scores 3 in the top of the first inning. As a pitcher, you want to do what you can to challenge hitters. Clark got a strikeout on the leadoff hitter, Nolan, but then walks Anderson. And he'll face Reggie Lawson. We had a chance to see Lawson yesterday as he pitched against Saguaro. That was one of the pool games that we covered yesterday in this Cleats Classic Invitational. As the first one misses for a ball. And Lawson has lofty numbers, just a freshman for Victor Valley. Takes another one for a ball, and it's 2-0. 0-1 as a pitcher, but a 2.05 earned run average. And as a batter, and again a freshman, batting .438 with 5 RBIs coming into the tournament. He was 1 for 3 in that game we saw with Saguaro yesterday. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the first inning. Victor Valley down 3-0. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Reggie Lawson as he is aboard at first base. And his walk pushes Anderson to second, 2 aboard with 1 out for Andy Pasquale. And the first one, a breaking ball to Pasquale, over for a strike. The 1-strike pitch just misses for a ball, and it's 1-1. The pitch fouled out of play, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Clark's next one misses outside, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss. Pasquale strikes out. Clark maybe went up a little bit out of the strike zone there and got enough on it to throw it by him. And the batter is Jake Padilla. And the first one to Padilla outside for a ball. For Victor Valley, giving up those 3 runs in the top of the first inning already kind of handcuffs how you're going to approach the next couple of innings, as that pitch is going to be ruled a foul ball, I believe. Padilla started toward first base. But it is a foul ball. Anyway, you get a couple of runners on base, especially with 1 out. You know, you might want to try to do something to move the runners along, a hit and run or a double steal. But down 3 runs, even though it's only the bottom of the first, you get down 3 runs and you end up having to play a little bit more conservative. Victor Valley gets a strikeout, and now batting with 2 on and 2 out. Curveball is high, and it's 2-1. Scottsdale Christian having a little trouble getting the ball back to the pitcher here. That's got 3 throws that have been a little bit wide of the mark. Not as big of a deal until you get runners on base. The 2-1. And that's popped up. Third base side. And it's just out of play, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, it's an early morning tournament game here at Saguaro High School, one of the host schools in the tournament. But no scoreboard and no PA announcer today. So we're kind of on our own to keep track of everything here as the next pitch is low, and it's 3-2. So the runners will take off now with Anderson at second and Lawson at first, 2 away in the inning, and a full count on Jake Padilla. The runners go, and the ball hit down the left field line into foul territory and just out of the reach of Skundrich. May have been a little extra slice on that ball because it looked like coming off the bat that it was going to be playable, and kind of by the reaction of Skundrich, it looked like he might have a play on it, and then at the last couple of seconds he ends up diving for it, and it was out of his reach. And Padilla with a swing and a miss, and Clark strikes out the side. He also walks a couple and leaves 2 runners on base after 1 inning of play. Victor Valley trails Scottsdale Christian by a score of 3-0. And the first pitch of the second inning, a sharp hit ground ball, and that's through and into left field. And Robert Reeser has a leadoff single for Scottsdale Christian in the second. Out of the top of the order for Chaz Dudley. And Dudley trying to bunt, and that one just foul on the first base line. Dudley with a base hit his first time up, stole a base, and then was thrown out on a fielder's choice at the plate. The 1-strike pitch. Swing and a miss as the runner goes. The throw down and out at second base. As Reeser is caught stealing, 2-6 on the play for the first out. De La Torre to the wind of the pitch. And a swing and a throw down to first base. So a strike 3 and then 2-3 on the put out for the second out of the inning. Started off quick for Scottsdale Christian. They got a leadoff base hit of the first pitch of the inning, but a caught stealing and now a strikeout. And the bases are empty with 2 away for Zach Scott. Scottsdale Christian leads 3-0. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball foul. And it's 1-1. Into the line in the 1-1 pitch. And this one popped up. Foul territory on the first base side. And Padilla gets over there but didn't quite get under it, and it falls foul. And the count's 1-2. Now the wind and the 1-2 pitch. That's outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. De La Torre to the wind of the 2-2. Bounced in. And that runs the count full. 3-2 on Zach Scott. 2 outs and the base is empty in the top of the second. And the wind and the 3-2, and that's fouled off. And another ground ball foul on the first base side. So Scott stretching out the at-bat a little bit. 7 pitches already as he's worked the count full, trying to become a 2-out base runner for Scottsdale Christian. De La Torre, another 3-2 pitch. And he lost him, ball 4. Third walk given up by De La Torre, and now will face Marcus Skundrich. And the first pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Day number 2 in pool play in the 2013 Cleats Classic Invitational from Saguaro High School in Scottsdale. So fastball is high, and it's 1-1. Again, tournament was originally scheduled to start on Saturday, but because of the rain that we had in the Phoenix area, mostly on Friday night, but even into early Saturday morning, the play was completely called off. Not a single game played on Saturday in this tournament, and then that backed everything up a little bit. 2 pool games yesterday, 2 pool games today for all 15 teams in the tournament as the breaking ball is over for a strike, and it's 1-2. Ball popped up into foul territory, and Pasquale not able to make the play. Got over to it but couldn't haul it in, and it's new life for Skundrich. Scott at first base with 2 outs in the top of inning number 2. De La Torre back up there and ready. Here's the set and the 1-2. Runner goes, and it's a swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. Skundrich strikes out, and the side is retired as Scottsdale Christian does not score in the second. It's the middle of inning number 2 from Scottsdale Saguaro High School, and it's Scottsdale Christian 3, Victor Valley nothing. For the Jackrabbits in the second, Edward Rivera going after the first pitch and sends it foul down the first base side, and that's strike 1. Rivera, the DH, batting for the pitcher, Sean De La Torre. And so it's Rivera, Olivares, and Aguilar for Victor Valley in the second inning. And the 1-strike pitch. And that misses low, maybe outside for a ball, and it's 1-1. Victor Valley got a couple of base runners in the bottom of the first inning, but couldn't get them in. And there's a ball punched out, and that's foul down the right field side, and it's 1-2. Each of these teams looking for their first pool win, trying to get on the board in pool play. 15 teams in the tournament. The top 12 advance to the championship bracket. And there's a swing and a miss, and Rivera strikes out. One away in the Jackrabbits' second inning, and the batter is Oscar Olivares. Olivares going after the first one, fouls it to the backstop for strike one. Again, these two teams will play one more pool game today. As the pitch is over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Scottsdale Christian will stay right here at Saguaro and face the Saguaro SaberCats in a game coming up after this one. Victor Valley will get on the bus and head over to, I believe they're playing over at Notre Dame Prep here in Scottsdale, but they will be playing against the Marcos Deniza Padres. Here's Clark into the wind and the 0-2, and that's low, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now a fly ball hit to right field, and Dudley coming in, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Here's Fernando Aguilar, the right center fielder rather, for Victor Valley. And going after the first one, slaps it foul and out of play. Base is empty and 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. Victor Valley trailing Scottsdale Christian 3-0. Clark into the wind and the 1-strike pitch. And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Back to the wind and the 0-2. And another fly ball out to right field. Dudley will get another chance out there, and he'll put it away. And the side is retired. Victor Valley goes up and down in order in the bottom of the second after 2. The Jackrabbits trail the Eagles by a score of 3-0. Eagles back to work in the top of the third inning as Nathaniel Ellingson takes ball 1. Ellingson, Benefiel, and Gallegos for Scottsdale Christian in the third. The 1-0 pitch. Over for a strike, and it's 1-1. De La Torre to the wind and the pitch. And a breaking ball. That's high, and it's 2-1. And a pitch over for a strike to Ellingson, and it's 2-2. Ellingson came to the plate with the bases loaded in the first inning and hit one back to the pitcher De La Torre, who threw to the plate to get the lead runner in the force out. And that ball hit into right field, and that's a base hit. So Ellingson with a leadoff single in the third inning for Scottsdale Christian. And it brings up Matt Benefield. Benefield going after the first one and fouls it back and out of play. Day 2 in the Cleats Classic Invitational. The one strike, and that one hit right back up the middle. You see De La Torre duck under that one as it goes into center field. Bobbled out there by Aguilar, but he gets it back in, and Benefield has a base hit. And Scottsdale Christian puts the first two aboard in the third inning. And the batter is Jerry Gallegos. And the shortstop Anderson gets hung out to dry there as De La Torre started the motion right as he cut behind Ellingson at second. The ball bounced in, and the wild pitch will move the runners up. Scottsdale Christian with 3 runs on 2 hits and an error in the first inning. They had a hit and a walk in the second but couldn't score. Now they've got 2 in scoring position with nobody out in the third. They lead 3-0. As Victor Valley struggling on offense a little bit here as Gallegos takes high and outside 2-0. They did get back-to-back 1-out walks in the first inning. Couldn't advance the runners, and since then 5 in a row retired by Daniel Clark. Pitch is low, and it's 3-0. And the pitch outside, so a 4-pitch walk to Gallegos. And that loads the bases for Daniel Clark, who walked back in the first. Another scoring opportunity here for Scottsdale Christian. The bases loaded and nobody out in the top of the third inning. They lead 3-0. Trying to jump into the win column in pool play. And the first one to Clark on the outside corner, strike 1. And a ball grounded foul on the first base side. And then it's 0-2. Ellingson at third, Benefield at second, and Gallegos at first base, with nobody out for the Eagles in the third. De La Torre into the line in the 0-2 pitch. And that one's fouled off. And if you're De La Torre and Victor Valley, you're thinking about a strikeout and a ground ball double play to get out of the inning. Trying to get the first piece done here, and they'll do that. A swing and a miss for Clark, and he strikes out. So that's the first out of the inning. That is the 4th strikeout for De La Torre, and the batter is Brad Benson. So I got the strikeout out of the way. Now you're looking for a ground ball double play. And there's the ground ball to short. Not hit very hard, though. Anderson will go the short way to second. And no throw on to first base. as Gallegos takes out the second baseman Moore. And a run is in for Scottsdale Christian as they lead 4-0. 6-4 on the force out of Gallegos for the second out. Benson aboard on the fielder's choice, give him the RBI. And the Eagles put runners at the corners with 2 outs, but a run in here in the top of the third inning, and the batter is Robert Reeser. Reeser singled his first time up. And the first pitch at the knees for strike one. De La Torre with the pitch. And it's a swing and a miss, and it's strike two. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner from first takes off, and the pitch is fouled away by Reeser as he battles to stay alive up there, down in the count, 0-2. 2 aboard, 2 outs, 1 in for Scottsdale Christian in the third as they extend the lead to 4-0 over Victor Valley. And another one fouled off. This one goes out of play on the first base side. We remain at no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. Runner going again, and that ball hammered down the left field line. It is a fair ball, and it's going to go all the way to the fence as Benefield scores. Benson's going to be waved around third base. He will score. It's a 2-run double, and it's 6-0 Eagles. Scottsdale Christian putting that runner from first base, Benson, in motion, and that allowed him to score on the play as Dudley is at the plate. And he takes the first one low for a ball. 6-0 Eagles in the top of the third. And there's a high chopper that's fouled off. And it's 1-1. One and one on Dudley, who is 1 for 2 today, but he's batting for the third time in as many innings. And he's got another base hit as that's a line drive into right center field. Coming around third is Reeser. He will score. It's an RBI single for Chaz Dudley. And it's 7-0 Eagles. And with Dudley aboard at first base, the batter is Zach Scott. First one to Scott misses for ball 1. Scott walked and scored in the first, walked again in the second. Batting with Dudley at first and 2 away. And he hits a fly ball out to right field. Nolan coming in. It's a shallow fly ball, and he's got it to retire the side. Scottsdale Christian tacks on 4 in the top of the third, and after 2.5 they lead Victor Valley by a score of 7-0. Tyler Moore, the number 9 hitter, trying to bunt his way on for the Jackrabbits. And he bunts through the first pitch for strike 1. And the next one misses outside, and it's 1-1. Moore, the number 9 hitter, and then it's the top of the order for Victor Valley, Mike Nolan, Khalil Anderson. The 1-1. And that's hit down the left field line. And a long run out there, and it gets past Skundrich. As again, he dives and cannot bring it in. Moore is going to round first and go into second base. And he's got a leadoff double. First base hit of the ball game for Victor Valley, and it comes with their number 9 hitter in the order. Now Mike Nolan, who bats with a runner at second, nobody out. He struck out back in the first. And that ball hit well and out to center field. And that's going to get over the head of the center fielder, Gallegos. Got to turn and run with his back to the infield as Moore will score and Nolan will head to third base. It's an RBI triple. And Victor Valley is on the board in the bottom of the third inning as they trail 7-1. We've seen the outfielders really for both sides playing relatively shallow, and some of those shallow fly balls being caught, but this time Nolan able to make the shallow outfielders pay as he hit that ball over Gallegos' head into straightaway center. Now Anderson with a swing and a miss for strike one. Victor Valley looking to chip away here in the bottom of the third inning, down 7-1, but they've got a runner at third and nobody out. Got to make sure they bring that runner in as that pitch is near the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. That's low, and it's 1-2. Anderson walked his first time up. The 1-2 pitch. And that's bounced in right at the feet of the catcher. Two and two on Anderson with Nolan at third, nobody out in the third inning. And the 2-2, that's hit on the ground is short. Scott has it by the bag, throws to first base, and the out recorded, but the run is in. Jackrabbits score for a second time and now trail 7-2. RBI ground out for Khalil Anderson and the batter Reggie Lawson. And Lawson takes strike one. The 1 and the 0-1. Now over for another called strike, and it's 0-2. Clark with a 2-strike pitch, and he misses outside, and it's 1-2. The wind of the 1-2 pitch, and a ground ball over to third, and that's right through the legs of Benson. And that's into left field, so an E5 puts Lawson aboard at first. And the batter is Andy Pasquale. And a ground ball, and that's through the hole on the left side and into left field. Pasquale not wasting any time there as he singles sharply to left. Lawson goes to second. And a good chance here for Victor Valley to chip away further, trailing 7-2, batting in the bottom of the third inning, but now 2 aboard with 1 out. And the batter is Jake Padilla. Time called before Padilla can bat here. And I think we'll get a courtesy runner, and that is the case. A courtesy runner over at first base. Alex Mora will run for the catcher, Pasquale. First pitch to Padilla over for a strike. The set from Clark and the 1-strike pitch. And that's a fly ball. And that's hit deep out to right field. Dudley going back near the warning track makes the catch. And having a little trouble getting that ball back in. Now they do, as Lawson goes to third on the play. Pasquale's courtesy runner Morris stays put at first. So a fly out to right field off the bat of Padilla is the second out, and the batter is Edward Rivera. Now it takes a little more work for Victor Valley with 2 outs in the inning. They did get the runner to third base. Runners at the corners for Victor Valley. As the Jackrabbits trail 7-2. And a couple of men on with 2 outs in the inning, and the first one to Rivera is low as the runner takes off and steals second base. And that ball punched into left center field. That's down for a base hit. 1 run will score. Another one being waved around. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's high. And safe at the plate is Pasquale's courtesy runner Mora. So a 2-run single for Edward Rivera. And then as the throw goes to the plate, Rivera takes off and gets to second base. But 2 runs come in to cut it to 7-4 in the bottom of the third. And now the batter is Oscar Olivares. Olivares takes ball 1. And the next one outside, and it's 2-0. Rivera at second with 2 outs. It's a 4-run third inning for Victor Valley, and they now trail 7-4. They got the 4 back that Scottsdale Christian scored in the top of this inning. And trying to do them one better if they can get that runner in from second base. And a pitch fouled out of play. And it's 2-1. Olivares with a fly ball to right field, his first time up. Check back to second, and the 2-1 pitch. And a pop-up. Scott, the shortstop, back in the grass, makes the catch to retire the side. Victor Valley on the board. They score 4 times and trail 7-4. Three, 4, and 5 in the order in the 4th inning for Scottsdale Christian. As Marcus Kundrich takes low and away for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. On the inside corner, a strike, and it's 1-1. A ball and a strike on Marcus Skundrich to lead off the fourth inning. Scottsdale Christian scored 3 in the top of the third inning, led 7-0. But now they find themselves needing to get the offense cranked up again as Skundrich has a base hit, his second of the day. And it brings up Nathaniel Ellingson. But, typically you got to feel pretty good, 7-0 after 2.5 innings, and instead the lead is cut to 7-4 as Ellingson takes ball 1. Turner to throw to first, and Skundrich back. And that ball hits out into right field, and that's down for a base hit. And Ellingson has a single, his second. So Ellingson singles, Skundrich goes to second. The batter will be Matt Benefield. And you got to wonder how long Victor Valley is going to go with their starter De La Torre, and here comes a timeout from the Victor Valley dugout. Playing in the fourth, 7-4 our score. So a new pitcher for Victor Valley as Dylan Yates is on to pitch, and he gets a strike over to Matt Benefield. And now a ground ball, backhanded at third, tap of the bag there for Lawson, and the throw on to first base, and that's a double play. So Skundrich retired at third base. And then 5-3 on the throw across the diamond to retire Benefield. Ellingson goes to second. But that puts a runner at second with 2 outs for Jerry Gallegos. And Gallegos takes outside for ball 1. Back-to-back hits to start the inning for Scottsdale Christian, but then a 5-3 double play after Dylan Yates is on in relief of De La Torre. The 1-0. Over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-1. Seven to 4 Eagles in the fourth. The 1-1 pitch and a ground ball over to the right side. A long way to go for Moore. He gets there and throws to first. And Yates comes on, throws 5 pitches to get 3 outs, and Scottsdale Christian does not score. Middle of the fourth, still 7-4. Fernando Aguilar takes outside and low for ball 1. And the next one is outside, and it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. 8-9-1 in the order for Victor Valley. The Jackrabbits sent 8 to the plate in the last inning, scoring 4 times. And they cut their 7-run deficit more than in half as they now trail by 3. The next one outside, and it's 3-1. Back to the wind in the 3-1 pitch. And Aguilar able to check the swing. And it's a leadoff walk for the Jackrabbits in the 4th inning. I thought they might try to appeal down. But Aguilar aboarded first for Tyler Moore. Moore started the last inning with a double, and he scored a run. First base hit of the ballgame for the Jackrabbits. They ended up with 4 in that 3rd inning as the throw goes to first and the runner is back. And the ball bunted, but bunted foul on the first base side. Pool game number 3 for each of these teams in the 2013 Cleats Classic Invitational. Each team 0-2. Scottsdale Christian lost to Bradshaw Mountain and Marcos Deniza yesterday. Victor Valley lost to Saguaro and then Bradshaw Mountain. Another throw to first, and again the runner back. To round out pool play then, Scottsdale Christian will face Saguaro right here at Saguaro High School coming up after this one. Victor Valley will go on the road to play Marcos Deniza, but they'll play that one over at Notre Dame Prep here in Scottsdale. And the one strike with the runner going, and the ball fouled off, and it's 0-2. Just getting reports from some of the other locations, one of them in particular, games going on over at Desert Ridge High School, which is in Mesa. That's another one of the host teams here in the tournament. And they're running behind as that ball is hit on the ground to short. Scott had a ways to go. And they get the out at second base. The throw on to first, not quite in time, but a quick turnout there as Aguilar is retired 6-4 for the first out. Moore aboard on the fielder's choice. And the batter is Mike Nolan. Desert Ridge over in Mesa, then they've got lights at their field, and so they're scheduled for 5 games as the runner takes off and out at second base. That's a throw right on the money from Quinto, and Scott there to apply the tag. 2-6 on the caught stealing. And there's 2 away as that erases the base runner for Victor Valley. But they've got lights over at Desert Ridge, 5 games on the schedule. But they are waiting on umpires as they were supposed to start at 10 o'clock. And no umpires in sight, so we'll see how long that delay is. And another one bounced in there. Nolan at the plate, struck out in the first inning, had an RBI triple and scored a run in the third. And there's a swing and a miss. And that's off the handle, popped up. Reeser, the second baseman, has it, and the side retired. Victor Valley does not score in the fourth, and we stay with the score: Scottsdale Christian 7 and Victor Valley 4. Daniel Clark, the leadoff hitter for Scottsdale Christian in the fifth, takes the first one for a ball. He's walked and struck out in 2 plate appearances today. The 1-0 pitch. Hit on the ground on the first base side, but foul, and it's 1-1. Clark, Benson, and Reeser scheduled to bat for the Eagles in the fifth. And a ground ball over to the right side. Moore has it on to first base, and a 4-3 ground out begins the 5th inning for Scottsdale Christian. Now Brad Benson, who struck out in the first and had an RBI fielder's choice in the third. Able to lay off the first pitch as he takes it outside and low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Popped up on the right side. Moore and Padilla. And it's Moore, the second baseman, there for the catch. And there's 2 away. Now Robert Reeser, who's got a couple of base hits out of the 9 hole for Scottsdale Christian, is single in the second. and a 2-run double in the third. And the first one skips in for ball one.
Yeah!
And that ball hit well. That's out into left field, and that's a base hit. Now Chaz Dudley with a runner at first and 2 away. And a throw to first and the runner back. I said Dudley, this is a pinch hitter for Scottsdale Christian. It's Clay Crookham. Crookham batting for the first time as he takes outside for ball one. Another throw over as Victor Valley is trying to keep Reeser close at first base. And the 2-0 pitch. Runner at first and 2 away, top of the fifth. Scottsdale Christian leading Victor Valley 7-4. And a pitch over for a strike. And another throw over, and that one close that time over at first base. And a pitch fouled out of play with a runner going, and that runs the count full. Three and 2 on Crookham, batting for the first time for the Eagles. Runner will be off with a pitch. And the ball goes to the backstop, but it is ball 4, and Reeser, as I said, was on the move, so he gets to second base and stops there. And the batter is Zach Scott. Scott with a couple of walks and a fly out into 3 trips, I guess, now for Scottsdale Christian. The Eagles scored 3 in the top of the first and 4 in the top of the third. Victor Valley got the 4 right back at the bottom of the third. And that's where we're at as we play in the 5th inning, 7-4, Scottsdale Christian. And the first one over for a strike. The 1-strike pitch. And a ground ball over to the right side, and Moore has it. On to Padilla at first, and the side retired. Scottsdale Christian turned away in the 5th inning. It's still 7-4 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Khalil Anderson takes outside for ball 1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Anderson with a walk in the first, and RBI ground out in the third. Clark into the wind and the 1-1 pitch. And that's fouled off, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch and a breaking ball hit out towards second base. Scott has it, and the throw to first base is in time. And a ground out begins the bottom of the fifth inning. 6-3 to retire Anderson, and the batter is Reggie Lawson. Lawson with a walk, and he also reached on an error and scored. Takes the first one low for ball one. The 1-0 hit on the ground, picked up at short by Scott. On to first base, another 6-3 ground out, and there's two away in the Jackrabbits' fifth inning. The batter is Andy Pasquale. And that ball lifted into right field, playable out there, and Crookham with the catch. And the side retired. 3 up, 3 down inning in the bottom of the fifth. And we put 5 in the books from Saguaro High School. Victor Valley still trailing Scottsdale Christian by a score of 7-4. Marcus Skundrich leads off for Scottsdale Christian in the sixth inning and takes outside for ball one. The 1-0 pitch. And that's hit pretty well out to left field, but coming in the left fielder, Olivares, and he makes the catch. So Skundrich flies out to begin the sixth inning, and the batter is Nathaniel Ellingson. Ellingson with a couple of base hits in 3 at-bats takes the first pitch for strike one. Well, Yates has really come on to do a job here for Victor Valley as he gets the next one fouled off for a strike, and it's 0-2. Threw 5 pitches to get 3 outs after he came in with first and second and nobody out in the fourth inning. Then retired the first 2 in the fifth before giving up a hit and a walk, and then got a ground out. And now he's retired the first 2 in the sixth inning, as that's a called third strike for Ellingson. Two away for Matt Benefiel. He bats with the bases empty. And the first pitch misses for ball one. The 1-0 pitch. And that one hit back up the middle. Nice play behind the bag at second for Anderson. And on to first base. And it's a 3 up, 3 down. Scottsdale Christian sixth. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. It's still 7-4. First pitch hunting is Jake Padilla and a fly ball to right field. And that's caught for out number 1. Padilla retired for the third time, and the batter is Edward Rivera. Rivera had a base hit his last time up, 1 for 2 on the day. And that one hit back and picked up there by Clark. Fielding his position with a nice play for the second out. Six in a row retired by Clark as he faces Oscar Olivares. First one over for a strike. Oliveras taking a pitch there, and he might take another one, as Clark got 2 outs on 2 pitches to begin the bottom of the 6th. The 0-1. Yeah, swinging there. Chance for a 4-pitch inning, but swinging a foul tip, and it's 0-2. Oliveras a fly out and a pop out in 2 at-bats. The 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. It'll be a 5-pitch inning for Clark to get through the 6th. And after 6 innings of play from Saguaro High School, Victor Valley still trails Scottsdale Christian by a score of 7-4. Set to go in the top of the 7th inning, and there's a fly ball out to right center field, and that'll get down for a base hit as Gallegos will go to second base, a leadoff double in the 7th inning for Scottsdale Christian. And for an offense that hasn't scored since the 3rd inning, a good start here in the 7th off of Dylan Yates. And a pinch hitter for Scottsdale Christian as Carson Kem will bat. And it looks like we're going to get a pitching change for Victor Valley, as well as Oscar Olivares will come on to pitch. Dylan Yates is done, but what a good job that Yates did to keep Scottsdale Christian quiet for the middle few innings. He gives up a leadoff double in the 7th. Olivares ready as he faces Kem. And the bunt on, but the bat pulled back and a breaking ball taken for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, and that pitch is outside. Oh, no, they're going to say it went around. Moving the bat back and forth there. And so Kim down on the count, 0-2. Runner at second base and nobody out. Top of the 7th inning. Scottsdale Christian trying to add one as they lead 7-4. And the 0-2 hit on the ground to the right side. That'll move the runner to third base. Moore throws to Padilla. And Kim is the first out of the 7th inning, but again, Gallegos goes to third base. And another pinch hitter for Scottsdale Christian as the Eagles will send up Chad Cherry. Cherry takes a curveball for a strike. Runner at third base with one out as Victor Valley brings the infield in on the grass. They got to try to cut off the run at the plate if they can. The 0-1. Bounced in and blocked there by Pasquale, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the set and the 1-1. And a pitch is outside. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1. And that's hit out to right field into shallow right, of the catch made in right field by Nolan. But the run will come in and score as Gallegos tags and scores from third base. So sacrifice fly and an RBI for Chad Cherry. Scottsdale Christian now leads 8-4. And the batter is another pinch hitter, Mason Krell. So Krell will try to get it going again here with 2 outs and the bases empty for the Eagles. And there's a swing and a miss. Tavares to the wind, and the next one is outside for a ball. And there's a pitch fouled away. Scottsdale Christian scored 3 in the top of the first, then added 4 in the top of the 7th. Looked like they might just pull away, but Victor Valley scored those 4 runs right back in the bottom of the 3rd to cut it to 7-4. Now Scottsdale Christian with a run in the top of the 7th to make it 8-4. So the pitch is fouled off again for Krell. 2-2 the count, 2 outs and the base is empty in the top of the 7th. Looking to the Victor Valley 7th inning. They'll send up 8, 9, and 1 in the order. And the 2-2. And it's a fly ball to right field. And that should end the inning. And it does as Nolan puts it away. A run in, though, for Scottsdale Christian in the top of the 7th inning. And we move to the bottom of the 7th inning in this pool game from Saguaro High School with our score Scottsdale Christian 8 and Victor Valley 4. And a breaking ball to Fernando Aguilar, a little bit high for ball 1. Aguilar, Moore, and Nolan scheduled to bat for Victor Valley in the 7th. Pitch at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. Got a new pitcher out there for Scottsdale Christian as Daniel Clark went 6 innings. It's Chaz Dudley. And that'll be a hit by pitch as Aguilar tried to jump out of the way and could not. So he's hit by a pitch to begin the 7th inning. And the batter is Tyler Moore. First one to Moore is low for a ball. Tyler had a double and scored in the 3rd, then reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. The 1-0 pitch. That's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Victor Valley down by a score of 8-4 as they bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. The 2-0 is high and away. 3 balls and no strikes. And the 3-0. That's over for a strike. And it's 3-1. Three balls and a strike on Moore with a runner at first and nobody out, and that one not close. Ball 4. So Aguilar to second and Moore to first base. And it's back to the top of the Jackrabbit order for Mike Nolan. Nolan with an RBI triple and 3 at-bats. And he takes the first pitch high for a ball. And the next pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Now Victor Valley still a little bit of work, but they've got the tying run in the on-deck circle with nobody out in the 7th, the 1-1. And popped him up on the right side. And it's Krell. And not able to pick it up there, but that's an infield fly and the out recorded. So 1 away. And the batter is Khalil Anderson. Boy, the breaking ball looked pretty good, but called ball 1. And that pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Aguilar at second, Moore at first, with 1 away in the Jackrabbits' 7th inning, trailing 8-4. The 1-1. That's inside, and it's 2-1. The check back to second base, and the 2-1 pitch. Inside for ball 3. 3-1 on Anderson, with Reggie Lawson, one of the dangerous hitters for Victor Valley, next. And the 3-1. And a ground ball, and that's through it into left field for a base hit, and that'll load the bases for Victor Valley in the 7th inning. A sharp single for Anderson as Aguilar goes to third, Moore to second. And as I said, Anderson aboard at first base, and the batter is Reggie Lawson. And the first one to Lawson on the inside corner, a strike. Set in the 1-strike pitch. And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Victor Valley trailing 8-4, but with the bases loaded, they've got the tying run at the plate. Here in the bottom of the 7th, the 0-2. And this one popped up, first base side in foul territory. And out of play, and it's still 0-2. And the 2-strike pitch. And that hit back up the middle and into center field. That's going to bring at least one home as Aguilar scores. The throw is cut off. And Lawson comes through with a base hit. An RBI. And with a run in for Victor Valley, it's now 8-5. And a breaking ball over for a strike to Andy Pasquale, 1 for 3 today. Tying run at first base, the winning run at the plate now. And a fly ball, that's hit well out to center field. Gallegos got to hurry to get to it, and he won't. It's going to go all the way to the fence. Scoring on the play is Moore. Anderson coming around to score. The throw goes to third base as Lawson scores. And safe at third is the call, and the winning run is at third base for Victor Valley. Andy Pasquale with a 3-run triple to tie the game for the Jackrabbits in the bottom of the 7th. And that's the second time now that we've seen the Eagle outfielders burned with a ball over their heads. And now we'll see what happens here for Scottsdale Christian, as Pasquale comes through with a 3-run triple to clear the bases and tie the game. The Jackrabbits have scored 4 times in the bottom of the 7th, and we're going to get a Scottsdale Christian timeout. It's 8-8 in the 7th. Now Jake Padilla has just been given a free pass. Still only one out in the inning. They put a runner at first, which would set up a double play. And now they're going to also intentionally walk Edward Rivera. And so that'll load the bases to set up a play, a force play at the plate instead of a tag. As Scottsdale Christian also makes a pitching change as Rogers is on to pitch now for the Eagles. What an improbable comeback for Victor Valley in the bottom of the 7th inning, as they have scored 4 times to tie. Now they've got the bases loaded with 1 out, and the winning run is at third base. And it's Oscar Oliveras who came on to pitch in the 7th inning with a runner on second base, gave up a ground ball, a sacrifice fly, and then a fly ball as the run came in. And boy, Oliveras hit by the pitch, but the plate umpire says he didn't make enough effort to get out of the way, and so he'll have to come back. Otherwise, that would have been a hit by pitch, and that would have brought in the winning run for the Jackrabbits. Andy Pasquale, the hero here in the bottom of the 7th to this point, a 3-run triple to tie the game. Scottsdale Christian then back-to-back intentional walks to load the bases. And a breaking ball over for a strike. Zach Rogers trying to get a couple of outs here to force extra innings. And a ground ball over on the first base side, picked up, bobbled, and the winning run is in for Victor Valley as the Jackrabbits get the walk-off win as they score 5 times in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Victor Valley beats Scottsdale Christian by a final of 9-8. Victor Valley gets their first pool win and goes to 1-2. Scottsdale Christian falls to 0-3. And the Jackrabbits will go to Notre Dame to take on Marcos Deniza. Scottsdale Christian will stay right here at Saguaro to face the host Saguaro Sabercats. That does it. Again, our final. Victor Valley 9, Scottsdale Christian 8. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. We'll talk to you again soon.